let me fix this. Hang on 1 second. I made that too big. There we go. Now we got you in frame.
How we
Now
doing?
we can. We are good, Jeremy.
Good.
We are going to light the dumpster on fire. We are going to burn down 2024 and kind of put the wind in our sails and welcome in 2025. Yes, it's a Tuesday night. It's not a typical Saturday, but we haven't been here in 2 Saturdays. And
Yeah.
I know your skin had to be crawling a little bit, itching to come in here and share what you've been doing, what has
Yeah.
been cooking. Because every time I turn around and turn on Instagram, I've got a update or a notification from James Knight posting another Addie's RC, killing it at Proline by the Fire, buy from Addie's RC, or what else is it? Matty Cat or Scale Builders Guild responding to Jeremy Kilburn's post. They're like, dude, my Instagram right now is just littered with
Just
updates with
filled with that ease. And I really don't post that much. I'm just getting love. I like it.
I I love it. I love it. That is exciting. Well, Merry Christmas. I have not talked to you. I'm hoping and hoping that you had a great holiday.
Yeah. Had a good holiday. And thank you. And Merry Christmas to you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, holiday was good. Got new toys.
Excellent.
Um,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah. Bought some
Um,
for myself. My wife got me a
ooh,
nice gift. Um,
it's
so
always
yeah.
good to treat yourself. Play Santa for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, do you want to?
Well,
Can we? Can you tell us? Like
yeah.
what do you buy yourself?
Well, I splurged and I got myself a Trucks of Fortune from Vanquish.
Of course you did.
Of course, I did. I got a Reefs bundle. Um,
So is this where the cheater tires are popping up from? Are they coming in these reefs bundles?
so there were some tires in those bundles, um, for sure, and um, I got wheels in my bundle, and I already have the cheaters and the Crux tires, but I did get another set of Crux tires. Waiting on some 3D printed inserts to come from California from Printed Addictions. So waiting for those and going to put these on my uh, high mileage optic uh, with those inserts just to kind of give them a good feel out. Um,
Um,
yeah,
whose inserts are they?
Printed Addictions.
Printed
They
addiction.
they are making printed inserts specifically for the Reefs tires,
Okay.
as well as Exo Caged
Uh,
RC. He's making them as
okay.
well. And
Typical TPU silicone-ish squishy
uh, T-
tire.
TPU, tunable, I believe.
Ooh,
Um,
something out of the Three Brother playbook a little bit with the an insert like a
no,
plug.
sorta. I think you can weight them. I think they're like tuning weights from Exo
Okay.
Cage. I'm not really sure. I don't have a set,
Okay. Okay.
so I don't want to speak out of turn on that one. But
Fair enough.
the uh, the printed addictions are like he asked me all the like I was buying shocks. Like he asked me how much it weighed. I took a picture of corner weights. He was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a very light truck." I'm like, "It sort of is." Um, and he made his recommendation. I said, "Go with it. Like, print them up."
That's a lot like the Crazy Crawler foam. You really needed to know your specs. You
Yeah.
needed to know weight, and
Yep.
you were building foams around your build, or picking foams around your build. Weight, and
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay,
Yep. And then
that sounds very tunable.
yeah. And the wife got me a1 bamboo printer. So
So
now I have
interesting. I just
two
saw one in
bamboo
person.
printers.
Are you a fan of this A1?
So bed slinger, um, different uh, different way to lay it out. So
Okay.
I cannot have it on the same surface as my X1 because it shakes the shit out of everything because it's moving that bed. So it's got that energy is moving. So I had to separate them like children, um, and they each have their own space now, which cost me a couple $100 in another storage shelf. Hey, Justin. Um, so I'd put another shelf up in my printing room, and I'm moving all of my print stuff over to a separate space for my RC space. Um, and I'm doing it more to keep the mess in there, um, because I have little print pieces of support material everywhere. I'm trying to contain it all in one space. So yeah, put them in their own rooms. But yeah, for printing out PLA, a lot of the Knights files, that's what my A1 is doing. So I have two spools of black, two spools of white, and it just runs all the time.
No enclosure is
No,
the
PLA
obvious.
doesn't need it. Yeah,
Okay. Is okay.
yeah. PLA, it it's not. It doesn't need the enclosure. My ABS and my PETGs like the enclosure, so that's what I'm printing primarily on that machine now.
I got to see it in person. I like the size. Um, you know, I think it's
Yeah,
very specific. You need to know what you're going to print on that. I don't think you can survive with the A1 only. I
no.
think it's a great accent printer um, to do
If
the smaller stuff.
if you're just doing PLA stuff or PLA tough or even it'll do PETG. It has the bed temperature for it. But if you're just printing household items or trinketries or stuff like that to sell on Etsy, like candle holders and lamp kits and that kind of stuff, it's great for that. It's great for that. But if you're doing ABS like we do, or some of the other filaments that need the heated enclosure and the higher temps, yeah, it's not a good, that terrible choice. X1 all
I
day.
I bit the bullet and purchased one of those a filament enclosure, a box, a it's dual spool, just that pre heater, what do you call them, dehydrator heaters?
Dehydrator, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you got like
the
the Creality one that you can actually
it's
print out of.
correct.
Yep.
It feeds right out of it.
Yep. I have that one.
Now the reason why is what we talked about before. It's not climate controlled in here,
Hmm.
and anything I can do to help speed the process and make it clean, I figured this will help,
Hmm.
especially with the ABS. But I'm loving the PLA Pro. Whatever the hell this PLA Pro is, holy crap!
Yeah.
I now we don't know how well it's going to do come summertime. If there's a massive difference, if it's going to hold up, and it of
Yeah.
course in the or in the description it does say like it's UV friendly, whatever the hell
Yeah.
UV friendly means.
Yeah. I mean, a good way to know is just print something out and put it in a windowsill this time of year.
Eh,
Let
yeah,
the sun hit it through the window and see what happens.
see how they hold up.
I mean,
I've
not like a
got
magnifying glass, but let it get warm.
I've, I've got carryall RCXs like
Mhm.
scattered around my backyard that have
Yeah.
weathered over
Testing.
time, seeing which
Yeah.
ones have twisted and torqued back in the old days, in the early days when we were printing them.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, we'll see how it holds up in the winter and the summer.
Yeah.
But so far, coming off of the bed, Big fan. Congrats on the A1. I think that's a
Yeah.
perfect addition to your little print farm that you've
Yeah.
begun.
Yeah, it's like a baby duck on my cattle farm. So
Wow.
it's still a farm animal. um,
Ay,
but yeah,
ay, ay,
it's
ay.
super helping out with the Knights prints, and it's letting me print some projects that for me, instead of just business stuff. So
Yeah,
that's a
your
good thing.
files have gotten bigger.
Yeah, uh, yeah, yeah. They're getting bigger. Yeah, doing whole trucks now.
Can what stage are we at with this Scale Builders Guild build off series thing that you're
So
doing? Are we at a sanding priming point yet, or are we still printing?
so past the sand and prime, I'm in paint and I'm
You are
in
in paint.
pre-assembly.
Okay. Before you got the paint, I'm interested to know about sand and prime. Any type of filler
Oh.
or
So I used um, my prints were pretty good, and I'm not bragging. They just came out really good in ABS
yep.
GF. They had a nice like a nice texture to them, and the print lines get kind of buzzed out by that texture from the GF, and I really didn't have any print lines, so I was able to jump right to sanding, and I only used spot filler in a couple little defect areas, but my prints came out pretty good, and I was pretty happy with that. But I found these on the Bamboo Handy site, and they're little sanding blocks.
Oh, son of a gun! I've been out at Harbor Freight today looking for that.
Yeah,
Are you
so I print it.
kidding me?
You can print them
Unbelievable.
with the sandpaper grit number on them on the little cap.
Unbelievable.
Um,
That's
you can
exactly what I was
yeah,
looking for.
you can do little ones. They have little ones with no numbers on them, and
Where the hell's my
just
pen?
throwing stuff
So,
down. And these
Jeremy,
with the
was
number,
this on the on
the handy,
Bamboo's
yeah,
page
the app, yeah,
on the app? Dude, there
Maker
is some
World,
of the
Maker
coolest
World,
shit on there. Like,
yeah,
people are uploading cool shit.
yeah, yeah,
On that note, let me
hmm
tell you what we did. These are helping hands for
hmm
Nitro Nick's here. Nitro Nick, check these out. These are helping hands for you soldering guys. You just pop them in there. One print, they got tension,
yeah,
and just stumbled across it
yeah,
on that Bamboo page. It was like on the cover page. I'm like, what a cool little tchotchke. I
yeah,
printed out a bunch of them. I was giving them out at Christmas time. Like, here you are, Tic Tacs.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Merry
We
Christmas.
got a good crowd of people in here too. Justin said he needs a printer. There isn't much they can't do these days. You're very true. The first thing I
He's on
printed
the
on the
fence.
A1, first thing I printed on my A1, brand new out of the box, was the poop chute and the poop bin for it. And like I'm printing parts, functional parts for itself, which is crazy to me. But it's
So for the A1,
for the
functional
A1.
parts for the
Yeah,
A1. Okay.
yeah. And then I have enough plates now that I need a plate holder, um, just to hold all the other plates vertically. So I printed a plate holder on the X1 at the same time I'm printing pieces for the A1. So it's like, yeah, machines printing machine parts. All yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah,
I'm gonna
there's not much they can't do these days. I
not at all.
printed a Red Bull can for my nephew who works for Red Bull. So
No
it's
wait.
like a little
Okay.
lamp, but
Nice. Hang
crazy.
on one second. I'm gonna do this. Let's pull this up and oh shoot, I need to
Oh,
get
Kevin
rid
Sims
of.
has got a printer now too. Oh my.
I saw that he got himself
Yeah,
an Ender 3.
yeah.
Hang on, hang on. I'm gonna
It's a
go.
nice
Ooh,
picture.
yeah, hang on one second. I want to make Justin jealous. If Justin is on the fence, this is going to be that little nudge. Hang on, I want to try and remove our overlay here so we can see this thing. But let's remove that. All right, so this is what you would see, a trail sign, period. Okay, hang on, it gets better. It gets better. Open this. Oh, here it is. I want to. Where did it go? I need a screen. I need to click to the next one. Oh, here it is. Ready? All right. So now that obviously it's a real-time photo. Check this one out, Jeremy. This was the piece I was telling you about. This is a big print. It's a little over 12 inches long. It's a little over 12 inches long. Standing about just that high. You have to print somehow on a regular printer that sign, the paper sign. I've got to come up with a way. Bobby RC Garages, if you're listening, maybe you can help me print something out here, something to put right there. These are the files that you get. This is kind of the concept. You get a couple of different trail signs and a couple of little trail.
Yeah, the "you are here"
spots.
things. Yeah.
Yes. Like I said, when I saw it, I'm like, I have to. This is that perfect little nudge to start printing something bigger, larger, complex. Before I make that leap into what you're doing with these full bodies, that was kind of, this was the test.
Jump in, water's fine.
Yes, but it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of slicing. But Justin, point being, very much plug and play. Anyone could do this. This is a Colts file. I bought it on Colts 3D for $10, and we're up and running.
It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and considering it's only showing you a fraction of what you have here, there's other versions of what you can do, different trail signs, and he made it super easy for the wood signs, the trail signs, if you want to label them, to upload your own personal font. What's Des call his spot, that Hood Boogie Hollow or whatever?
Yeah, Hood Boogie Hollow.
So I can type in Hood Boogie Hollow and come up with a font, and we'll deck out his spot. Yeah, so we're going to surprise Desmond with these. So anyway, Justin, if you're on the fence and thinking about getting a printer, do it. Yep. All right, let's remove this. Let's try and go back to that. There we go. So anyway, you've been printing, you've been priming, painting, all that good stuff.
Yep.
But
I laid down. The weather is cooperating here in the Northeast for the last 2 days, and we're getting ready to go into a cold front after this rain passes through here in another hour. So I'm not rushing, but I'm hurried, and I'm trying to get paint laid down so I have a couple days to do detail stuff. And I really want to get this truck. I want to get it done, but it doesn't have to be done for any particular thing. I just want to keep moving while I have interest and momentum. But yeah.
What are you rushing? The weather? You're afraid the weather. It's not going to dry?
Well, are you
painting outside or in the garage or something?
Garage. So I heated the garage up. Out of convenience, my wife is in Georgia for the next 2 weeks. So I can park her car outside and let it get wet and cold, and then I can paint in the garage. Mike left me. I feel like this is weird. Mike must have lost his internet. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just painting in the garage for the moment while I have the opportunity to do it. Otherwise, I got to do it outside, and it's way too cold for that. Oops. There's Mike.
Sorry, I'm clicking buttons over here, and I clicked myself right out of it. The last I heard before I went away was the New Year's Eve party is at your house, and after
Yeah,
that, I didn't
yeah,
hear
something
anything
like that.
more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My dogs don't like fireworks, so they're at my feet and
Already
sleeping
shaken.
over here because some idiot behind me decided to
Yep.
set them all off at not at like 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
and he did it at 8 o'clock, and he'll do it at 9 o'clock. It's like, geez whiz. But yeah,
We have that similar neighbor. I ran the kids out. The 17 and 18 now, so they're
yeah,
dispersed. We're an empty nest tonight.
nice.
And I come back and the dog's like hiding underneath the table. I'm like, what the heck's this all about? And then sky lit up, the boom went. I'm like, oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's so. Like I said, I'm not rushing it, but
Okay.
I have opportunity. I have time and opportunity, so I'm just trying to make the most of it for now.
Well, well,
Um,
everything depends on this. Like if you rush this stage,
yeah,
everything's screwed up.
yeah, yeah. Getting the
So
body
you be
smooth, like I was saying, getting the body smooth wasn't bad, and
okay.
it's a Volvo C303. They're not perfect
Yep.
vehicles by any means. There's no gloss paint being applied, so it's going to get weathered, but it still needs a quality base so it doesn't just fall apart. Um, I want the paint to look like it's been on there for 10 years and worn off rather than just falling off. But yeah, but yeah, things came out pretty good. The color I like, I'm going with a sand in chestnut. Uh, so it'll probably be buttercup is the truck theme. But yeah, so like the doors
I
and a
like
nice
that.
tan. Like these panels here will get a wood accent because they're actually wood on the truck. It's a hardwood rub rail, and then the doors doing two tone. Um,
Is
got the
that one
roof
print?
panel.
Is it printing the door and the interior of the door all at the same time, or is that
Yeah,
like a
yeah. It's all
okay?
it's all one piece. The door pulls are actually on the printer now, and the door handles. Doing those in black as an accent because most of the replacement parts on these trucks that I've been seeing are black handles. So that's what I'm going with. The dash is pretty decent. So that's in two tone. Um,
Perfect.
so that's got to get detailed up.
The dash, does it have spots for bulbs?
No, I can put them in it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the back of it is hollow, so you can definitely bulb it up. Um, Kind of drill it out and put Lexan in there if you want to. I don't think I'm going to go that crazy with this.
The
Probably going to do like
million. I have a
go ahead.
$1 million question.
Mhm.
I'm dying to know what you're doing about windows,
About Windows.
glass. How? What are we doing for a windshield? Like, how is the
So,
windshield being solved?
uh, so this is the cab with the interior piece, the interior
Yep.
pan. So the windows on a Volvo, um, the driver's side is a window frame that opens to let air in.
Nice. Okay.
So the window in will be contained within this frame, and then the passenger side is fixed. So the passenger side will be put in behind the front. So this one's going to be the tricky one because it's got to be an exact fit, and then I can put the screws in for the hinges, and it'll actually be opening window.
Gorgeous.
The
Does
rest of
the
them,
does the
the rest of
file
them,
come with anything to help you with cutting the window, like any
yes,
sort of template?
it comes with DXF files to
Okay.
that you could have them cut.
Trace. Okay.
Um, so I mean, that's a thing. But it comes with all that stuff. Um,
Do you
the
know
back
the
windows,
name of the designer off the top of your head? Was it a
oh,
head, a
Head
head or something?
RC,
It
a
is.
Head
Oh, I
RC.
saw it on Colts 3D then.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Dude, I
has.
snooped around his page. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
He's got a ton.
yeah. If you're into the Volvos or Unimogs and stuff like that, he's got a great plethora of files, and they're reasonably
Accented
priced.
exo cage, the whole
Yeah,
nine.
yeah.
For the TRX4, for the Sherpa, for you Rebel RC fans, that
Hmm.
means it will literally bolt to your
Yep,
Rebel
yep. And it's the SCX 10.3, the
TRX4.
10.3. What's the Oh gosh, why can't I think of the name of that truck? Like you can get a 10.3 builder's kit. You can get
Yep.
the
Oh, the
uh,
like a pro build.
not the per build, the cheap truck,
Oh,
the
base
base
camp.
camp. Yeah. So he's got files specific for the base camp and VS410, which is what I'm building it on because it I have a chassis laying around. I had some portals laying around, so I have 10.3 portals on a VS410 chassis that'll be a Volvo. So why not, right?
We
But
all have portals laying around. So
yeah, I
why not?
mean, yeah,
Why not?
you got parts, right? Got to have
It's
tons of
funny.
parts.
But I truly do have a set of portals like screaming to go on
There you go.
something.
Now the
They're decked
mount,
out, full blown Treel aluminum
oh
brass, the whole
yeah,
freaking
here,
setup.
10.3
Bingo!
portals
Wow.
on a
And you
410.
did the right tire. Oh, you got the
Yeah,
right tire.
yeah. I had a bunch. I had a set of these RC 4-wheel drive
Bingo.
crappy tires laying around that are perfect for a Volvo.
Perfect. Tailor
Uh,
made. Looks
so
like a tractor.
these are the body mounts system that you
Yes.
print with a kit, um, and the bed and the body bolt onto the tops of these and the front of it to give it all of its support. Um, the shock towers are part of the kit. There's a brace that goes in here and it supports the bed. And then there's the bumper mounts actually go into the bumper holes for the truck. So it's
This is a file I like.
yeah,
Solve
it's
all the
very complete.
problems.
Very
Solve
complete.
all the problems.
There's
Hang,
like you print it for what you're building it for, what chassis you have, and
like it.
that's fantastic.
I want to show you. I was at Harbor Freight today. Hang on 1 second. Boom. And photos. Look what is at Harbor Freight. You were talking paint. Dude, they
Hmm,
updated their paint
hmm.
guns. Have you seen these there?
I haven't.
Bro, they're not cheap. They're $80.
Well, I
But
mean,
you get what you pay for.
yeah,
The Black Widow,
yeah.
$80. Just a ton more um, features, and I mean, talk about the weight. They're heavy. So I was gonna go all in. The reason I'm bringing this up is we were talking about painting your new truck here
Hmm.
and showing that off, and I thought the question was going to be, are you airbrushing any of the weathering?
Yeah.
Um, because I treated myself to a new airbrush paint kit, and it was weathering colors. Like
Okay.
I don't want to call them earth tone colors, but it's a nice
Yeah.
kit. There's probably
Yeah.
24 different colors in there, all airbrush. And I was gonna grab that $30 airbrush again from Harbor Freight that I usually have a couple of, and I put it
Mhm.
back. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and
Yeah.
stop
Actually,
screwing around with these cheap ones
yeah.
and
I
see
have a
what.
gift certificate to Harbor Freight that my brother-in-law gave me. So,
Okay,
like
kick
the
it
one with
towards
the
this.
pistol grip trigger, I
Yes,
would
yes.
like to try that, but it would be such a departure from what I'm
That
used to.
I know it's a
I'm
whole new way.
used to this.
Exactly. And I kept holding it in the store, and I'm like trying to imagine. Well, the one thing is, you could go with the one on the right with your
Yeah.
traditional feel, and it has that extra little nozzle in the front to control the flow, how much is coming out. Two different
Mhm.
size needles. I mean, there's just a lot with these.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's
yay,
pretty cool.
Harbor Freight. Like, bravo. And
Pretty cool.
Harbor Freight guarantees, warranties everything.
Yeah, I
So
would get a warranty on
literally,
that. Yeah.
literally, if it clogs, you can take it back. No questions asked. Literally swap it out.
Yeah.
Um, and that's how I purchased the last airbrush guns from them. Was like, look, dude, if you clog them and you can't clean them, bring it back. Trade in,
Yeah.
grab a new one. And I'm like, is
It's
it really that simple? He's like, it's that simple.
it's usually a matter of um,
Needle.
the needle wearing,
Exactly. And I
and
had a bunch of extra
it'll
needles laying
yeah.
around, but I can never get it to go back together the same damn way. It's always like, it's just never, it never is the same way, like the first time you use it. It's like, it's so good in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, I know I'm probably making Nitronik cringe. It's all in how you clean it when you're done and
It
all that
is.
nonsense,
It
I
is.
guess.
Yeah, you need thinner. You need alcohol.
Maybe I'll baby the crap out of this. If I drop $80, maybe I'll baby it a little bit better.
Mm.
But I do like having multiple guns. I usually have at least 3 or 4 of them lined up, and you can keep a couple of different paint tones all at once and bounce between them.
Mm.
Now, if I'm going with an $80 gun, I promise you I'm not going to be having multiple ones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
So
bit
that's the only
tricky.
downside.
There are some where the cup where it screws in.
On the bottom,
You can get these sealed cups,
oh, oh,
and
oh,
you can literally
swap
just
them
flip
out.
just flip the gun upside down and sit the
Yep.
cup down, change colors, and just leave it in the
Boom.
paint cup. And it's a sealed cup,
Okay.
so it doesn't.
Oh.
It only takes a couple seconds to blow through to get the new color through. That
Yep.
way, you don't have to clean the gun. You can just move from shade to shade, and it's if you're doing shade to shade in the same project. I mean, the colors are going to be
It's
shaded
you
anyway.
want
So
that you want that blending in anyway, so
yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
big deal. You don't need to be freaking out to
yeah,
clean it all the way out.
yeah. And these are screw tight lids, so they're on Amazon, their Jungle
No.
website, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. I like that idea. Okay. Okay. Well,
Then on
go spend your gift certificate at Harbor Freight.
Maker World, airbrush stands.
No.
So this is a dual brush stand, so you can dock your airbrush, two airbrushes side by side.
Okay.
I just clamp this to the workbench. But yeah, there you
Yeah,
like
and you've got
you can
your
print anything.
you've got your paint holders, so you can grab one here. It will
Oh,
so you can rest your paint on them. They make little paint holders to set them in. There's so many things. I printed
yeah,
all of the holders for your airbrush bottles. I wonder if I can take one off here. I can't. I glued them down. But yeah, there's racks for all of your paint bottles. There's
yeah.
everything you can print.
This
There
one's
you
pretty
go.
cool. Yeah,
That's nice. I
yeah.
see. That's the direction I need to go
And
because my
they
collection has
interlock.
grown.
Yeah. So when you get more, you can just print another one and
Add
print another
on.
one. And they have them for the bigger bottles, like the 8K rusting effects and
Yep,
that size bottle. They have that same grid that fits that locks into this. So
I like
yeah,
that. So again, that's something else I'm looking
yeah.
for. So my print
PLA.
list is growing.
Yeah.
I did not get coal. I did not get coal for Christmas. The
Okay.
next best thing, I got dirt for Christmas. Now my dad was scratching his head because this was on my Dad's Christmas list to get for me, and he's like, I could have like gotten this crap out of your mom's vacuum cleaner and filled these jars for you for free, and it's nothing but we got pigment for cement. Here's another one, different dirt. It's literally just the pigment to add
Mhm.
to your paint for that little
Yeah.
bit of texture. And
Yeah.
I've used seasoned salt, cinnamon. I've gone through all the spices.
Yeah.
Um, I
That's
just needed
that's
something.
expensive.
This shit here,
Well,
yeah.
using spices is
Oh,
expensive.
I run to the
Hey, Richard
dollar
Frank.
store and I've grabbed the cinnamon, the paprika, like
Oh,
all the different
okay.
colors of the little ones.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I mean? I just
pigment.
grabbed,
You got pigment binder as well, I hope.
yes,
Okay.
to mix it all together.
Yeah.
Paintbrushes, like we stocked up on a whole bunch of new crap because I figure
Cool.
we're going to get closer to finishing up some prints and we got to start laying down some paint and take
Yep.
our time.
Yep.
Get that stuff ready. Why are we getting ready? Because we booked our May 1st trip to, no, is it May? To Beat the Creek. I think
May.
it's the first week of May.
That would be May.
Yeah. I got a call like 2 days ago. A buddy of mine hit me up. He's like, hey, I just rented a van, got our hotel. I'm like,
Oh, you're not
crap,
staying
is
down
it
by the river.
No.
Oh, I just went there with the van.
Oh,
Yeah, it's down by the river.
yeah. It's early. Don't
It's early. I'm old.
send
Yeah,
zingers at
it's
me.
cool.
It's early.
It's cool. It's cool.
But yeah, we're getting ready. Gotta get
Yeah. Oh,
that time of the year.
I got Blue Rocks on.
Nice. Nothing Recon G6 about that. That is all Blue Rocks Campground apparel.
Blue Rocks
apparel.
since 1930.
I love it.
So they're coming up on 100 years here soon. Right? Yeah.
Fan freaking tastic.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
we were saying 2024 was a brutal year in general as a whole. We saw influencers suffer. We saw brands suffer. We saw brands fall. I really can't say a whole lot of good things about 2024 as a whole, between events, the whole nine.
Well,
I'm really hoping to.
I had some pretty good events this year. I went to a lot of
Events.
events in 24. I did get a lot of travel in 24. And like my wife said, it was kind of like my farewell tour because I can't continue to do that.
A big
so,
hoorah!
yeah, I gotta be selective next year in 25 of where I'm going to be, and there has to be a why I'm there. So it's not just to go. It's there should be a purpose.
I think
Hey,
it
Jeremy
stems
Burks.
off the talk we were having, and
Yeah.
what hurt the hobby, what is hurting the hobby is the amount of events that are continuing to pop up. Why is that bad? Oh, you're going to sit here, Mike, it's growth. That's great for the hobby. No, 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 no. What we're talking about is anybody with an acre of land in their backyard thinks that they can do a pop up event. And what it's doing is fracturing and splintering these larger events into smaller events. And it really sucks when you know the organizer's going for the cash grab. But it is stressful on the brand or a company that needs to sponsor all these events. That's not going to happen. The talks I had this week with most companies were they are not going to sponsor events this year like they did in the past because of this reason that too many of them are happening. Any given Sunday, we've got 5 events any given weekend now, and that's shitty. Say it's not your event. Well, my event's not this weekend, it's the following weekend. Well, that's still crappy because what is it? You just got done traveling your ass off this year. You're into this $1,000 at a minimum to travel anywhere with any sort of distance with rental, hotel, food. It's a nut.
Yeah, and like there's ways to be efficient about it. but again, you have to have a reason, a real good reason to go there. Like, is it your vacation? That's a really good reason. Is it, are you taking your family? It's probably a really good reason. But if you're going just to say that you went, um, is it worth it, money wise? So
Would you?
it's a tough one. And for the vendors, it's tough too, because, if they try and be at all these events, and everybody wants them at their event,
Yep,
or even to sponsor it, throw in some kit or something.
it's hard.
It's that could be $1,000 for, you know, in my experience, when I go
Yeah,
places for a brand, it usually costs that brand at least $2,000 to show up or to get their name on a banner. Um, so they're
think what they have to sell to make this
yeah,
profitable.
yeah,
To
yeah.
it's a lot.
It's tougher.
S-
It's definitely tougher.
So the
But
thing we talked about, I got into a like 2 hour phone call yesterday with Heath from CowRC, and we were taking a deep dive in what you have seen Reef do, for example. What brands or vendors are doing now is they've gotten very smart. Boom even did it with
mhm.
you and others. They've conquered. They, you know what, if the RC enthusiasts are going to keep growing events, if that's the future for this hobby, is a ton of smaller events, and that really seems to be the way we're going, unfortunately. USTE went away, UST goes away, and what happens, we get 10 new events that pop up.
Yeah,
um so the way that the brands are solving this is you divide and conquer, and that is you get a second booth, third booth, and that's the only way we're gonna. You're not
yeah,
getting Reef at this event.
yeah,
Guess what? Everybody that wants to flex and say they're getting Reef at their event, sadly, it's like getting Traxxas at my event. Now, what you got, dude, was a Traxxas banner, bro. That's about as Traxxas as you got.
yeah. And it's, a lot more. You're going to see this a lot more. Is the local hobby shop that goes to events and sets up.
Yep.
If they sell a brand, um, like when I go for Boom Racing, I don't sell any Boom Racing merchandise whatsoever. That's not my job. I don't. I'm not a salesperson.
It's more expo-ish.
It's expo-ish. So I show the brand and then I point them in the direction of the person that sells it, and that helps the brand and the vendor, one, move product, and two, give the locals the understanding of this is what it is when it's done, and it's not just a box sitting on a shelf.
Yep.
So it's a little
Well,
it's a
you've
little
helped them
clearer to
fix
them.
it when they break it. You've
Sure,
helped
yeah, yeah,
Castle.
yeah,
You've brought your
yeah,
laptop. You'll do the programming.
yeah,
You've become a great resource and a place to
yeah.
stop.
Right,
Stop
right,
over to the ID's booth if you need help.
yeah. And it's and it's like that. Those are the events that I really want to go to, where people will seek you out, and ask you for help. And some people like that, some people don't like that. I don't mind sitting and working on people's stuff, but I don't want to do a build in my at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some
Yeah.
people will bring you a box of stuff. We've been there. They'll bring you a box of stuff and say, "Hey, build this for my kid real quick." That's
No.
not how it works.
Dreamer's
Um,
freaking out right now.
yeah, yeah. That shouldn't be the way it works, but it's there's expectations now. So yeah. So when you are an ambassador for the hobby and your brand, you should go out of your way to make it worthwhile, and your brand should have your back. Like, you shouldn't be out there with your own parts doing doing brand stuff and then not get a return on that investment from the brand you're supporting. So don't give your shit away for free. And then tell, like, you need to work it out in advance,
Yeah.
with your brand that you're working with, you know. But yeah, Yeah,
You know what we're gonna
exactly.
do? Since it is New Year's Eve, Jeremy, I'm gonna tell everybody it's here. If you stick around till the end, Jeremy's gonna come up with a fun little contest. So stick around to the end, and what Carry All is going to do, we're gonna put up a sling bag to whoever wins whatever question you want to come up with. So
Oh,
make sure you
okay.
stay till the end. And if you stick around, you might have a chance to win a sling bag. And if you already have a sling
Yeah,
bag, we'll work something out in return. You
yeah.
can give it
I'll
to
make it.
your wife.
We'll do a double down. So we'll do two, and
Okay.
I have a scale CalRC uh, set
Uh,
that I'll
Scale pack,
yeah
Little Knights
yeah
collaboration.
the little
Bingo. Love
yeah
it.
yeah I'll throw one of them out there.
There you go. You
Go
Scale
into
Garage nerds,
25
you're
with
gonna love that.
yeah, good karma.
Yeah. So we got wrapped up with Heath yesterday for a while, talking the deep dive, talking about what you're saying, Splinter,
Mhm.
strategize, and divide and conquer. That being said, good bravo to Cal RC. What a great year they had,
Mhm.
and with big things on the horizon. I mean, the guy's just doing exciting things. The all of the stuff that he's doing, the headlamps, his vacuums, the little handheld duster,
Uh-huh.
all cool stuff. The desk lamp. I mean, he
Yeah,
continued to
I got that's
grow.
fine.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I mean, I it was a great talk with him. I'm super excited. I'm super happy for him. It works for Heath. He can pull
Yeah.
this off
Yeah.
in the business model that he
Mhm.
runs. It works for him.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
super
I
happy for him.
honestly I fell in love with that lamp. I love that lamp.
It's
So
a very
I pull it down. It's got two
yep,
wings that
yep,
articulate separately, right? So I can pull it down. I can pull it low in front of me and work
yep.
over it, or I can put it like I can just shape it where I need it, where I
Where
need my
you need
light.
it.
I'm going blind for whatever reason, but it's enough work light, and the tones of the light,
Are
for
very
doing
clean.
detail are perfect. I
Yeah,
honestly fell in love with that one. My little yellow lamp over there, just the poor
doesn't.
thing
It's a
just doesn't
decoration
see it doesn't see any love anymore.
and more.
So yeah.
Uh, well, and listen, I can tell you from the tech talk that Tyler is doing each week with the
Hmm.
Cal Tech Tips.
Yeah.
He's been fingering and playing with a lot of beta stuff that
Hmm.
production samples that Heath has on the horizon with new table lamps and new headlamps. He has a great
Yeah.
connection right now, and what's making his stuff so freaking unique that I did not know about is he has the capability now to customize and build them for himself. So they're not the same thing that you're getting on Amazon. They're his, and they're
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
So big
Yeah.
fan. Um,
Yeah.
I, we talk about Cal often, from the product to the
Yeah.
Cal mat to all
Yeah.
of it. Um,
Like within arm's reach. Like
Bingo. That's the
I
one
have
I
build
just that.
mats.
Do you have the smaller one, like the soldering one he calls it?
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
it- there it is.
So
That,
I
that
love these. I love these things. So
yes.
the soldering pad fits inside of the baby one.
I didn't
Um,
know about this baby one.
and
I
the
was only looking for
like
that middle one.
look at that. That is just amazing. That
Wow,
soldering mat. But yeah, the baby cow mat,
that's
the
sick.
work mats, like
His
for doing building transmissions and
yeah,
greasy stuff, dirty stuff. They're
yep.
fantastic. And like I have them within arm's reach all the time, and I always seem to find a new way to use it. So it's yeah,
Hold on
they're
one
great.
second. While you're doing that, I'm gonna actually see if I can pull up his website real quick. Um, I wanted to
Yeah,
show you something that he pointed out to me yesterday on his website. Alrighty, here we go. Let me not do this behind the scenes. I'll show you up front. Share. If you haven't been over to the CalRC website recently, this is pretty cool. CalRC, boom, pit mats. All right, here we go. Share. Now, what I need to do is this. Shop by category. Oh, here it is. All right, watch this. Magnetic pit mats. Bingo. So, Jeremy, do you see this? I'm not looking at StreamYard right now. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So watch. I'm going to slide back over here. So, Jeremy, you just went into magnetic pit mat. When you're shopping by category, you go to magnetic pit mat. You have all your choices down here. You've got your livery, whatever theme you want down here. You can pick them out. But what is so cool is right here at the top, and I can't play with the
CalRC offers a wide range of magnetic pit mats that are designed to best fit your needs as you fix, rebuild, and maintain your RC vehicle. All of CalRC's Pro Mag with the strongest magnetic sheeting available.
But yeah,
this material
so
will
you're
catch
getting a
hardware and keep
walkthrough
it from rolling away, so you no
of the
longer have to
product.
spend time.
What a great website. It's taking you through step by step, talking about every, all the specs and all the great features that a CalMat has. It's basically a salesperson guiding you through. Now, right now, I think it is only, the Cal
on the
Pit
magnetics.
Mat. Yeah, but it's not the entire site. But dude,
that he'll get it done.
Professionally done production video.
Yeah.
He is going to end up doing every item, and it's freaking genius.
Yeah.
It's a talking salesman, and it's not a YouTube unboxing. It's not a YouTube tutorial.
So,
it is true salesman.
So it's less than an infomercial, but it is more of a commercial, or a tutorial commercial. Like that's a really good concept. Product specific. Yep.
He can go through each one.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the Instagram ads, right? And they get you in and like you can't live without it, and somebody's going to order it based on just seeing it on IG, which is where those videos could go, or on YouTube, people watch them.
100%.
Yeah.
He paid for that video, and it's more than just a website video. 100%.
Yeah.
There's content there for days. He can clip that thing up into reels and shorts, and it's endless. But bravo! I mean, he took me through a guided tour on that, and like, dude, it got my wheels spinning. Again, it's not clipped up tech tip. God bless Tyler and what he's doing with that bi-weekly show. Answering Q&A questions. That's specific to that.
That's the value of that show is
Q&A
interaction, one-on-one interaction with a live human being.
So maybe you just got your CalRC box for Christmas, or you spoiled yourself with a little gift card or something. You're going to come across product that maybe you're not sure, well, what the hell is this for? Or what's this do? Or whatever. It's great to have those guys as a resource, real time. And they're sharing what's coming down the road or right out now on the website. So I'm glad that Heath continues to evolve that brand the way he is.
There's things out there that we've done in the past with Cal products, and like buying the 2-pound tub of Utter Butter. There's a reason that you buy the 2-pound tub, and that is to fill syringes. It's not necessarily to use it out of that tub, but to refill. And if you've ever refilled one of those syringes and got it wrong, like you'll have that stuff on the ceiling. So there's a way to do it. I'm not going to explain how to do that, but I know that video is coming. They were talking about it last Sunday, but it's definitely like the way you buy the concentrates and how you mix them, and the purposes for the oils and all that stuff.
We got a bunch of the little syringes, like I don't know, 6-inch. They were little guys. They were perfect companions in the backpack on a trail. I don't know how often you're going to be using it on a trail, but if you're going away and it's convenient to put in a bag, Well, the one year Dreamer and I got on this kick, we bought a case of these little syringes, and we sat them one day, and what a mess we made trying to fill all of these things up. Well, the way to do it was fill the larger syringe and then squeeze into the smaller. So we just kind of went big into small.
Yeah.
But so Heath and Cal, if you haven't been to the Cal RC website recently, new things are there.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of those things you always need.
That's a vendor that's adapting to the culture, the climate, and the need, which is great to see. There's a few people out there that are doing it very well, while others are, we'll have this conversation. We'll go back and look at this at the end of 25, and and we'll see who's still around, based on their inability to be reflective of their customer base element. And it's just one of those things. Like if you're doing it to make a buck, cool, but don't try to make it like you're part of the culture. Like you're selling something, that's cool. Just sell it. Don't act like you're part of the culture if you're not going to be involved in the culture. So, yeah, hard lessons will be learned in 25.
Well, I think if you're going to say let's look at 25, I think that's a fair statement. We watched 24 take the best of a lot. Like, we've lost a lot. There are companies on the ropes, and if they're not going to take a page from your playbook here and adjust, I think you will see a fall continue.
I'm not speaking out of turn. I'm trained as a strategist, so I know I know what it takes to kind of
adapt,
plan for your future in doing these things. I'm not
well
an idiot.
Ahead. You're not looking 1-2 years. You've got your 5-10 year playbook too.
I mean, people aren't thinking critically.
Game of chess.
Yeah. Well, and others are, like, like anything for the optic. If you make a screw set for the H10 optic, you'll sell 100,000 of them. Like there's more optics than I had to snooze the page on Facebook because it was filling my feed up with all this H10 stuff, and it's like, I'm a little burned out right now on this.
It's a huge platform this year.
It's a huge platform. It's the new bomber. Like, and how much stuff was made for the bomber. And this truck is that. Like, it's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. But
so I want to treat myself to a new toy. But I'm going to either get the yay or nay from you, and you're either going to burst my bubble or tell me to go for it.
You get whatever you want, brother.
I just need to know if I'm thinking this through clearly.
Okay.
I want a vacuum sealer.
Oh, okay. What
a little one. The
$80
one on Amazon. Say it again.
For meat or RC?
No, for RC.
For what are you using the vacuum sealer for?
And am I calling it the right thing? It takes the sheets of plastic and sucks it around something, so you could put a rock inside there. And
vacuum former.
Former.
Oh, okay.
Former.
Okay.
Vacuum former.
Get the largest bed that you can afford.
Nope. I can't. I need to order. I need to start small.
So how big are we talking?
I would say it's like
an iPhone,
5-inch. I can pull it up on Amazon. It's it's about that iPhone size ish.
Okay. All right.
Squares. I think they are like 6-inch squares is what you're getting, and so it's a small little tray. It's like $80 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Now,
so you know what they use those? You know what they use those for? The small ones.
Headlights on 110 scale truck.
That's a good reason to get a small one. Honestly, that's a good reason to get a small one.
And SCX24 windows.
Okay. Yeah, that's
what's going through my head was this headlight concept. But what a pain in the ass. That's great if you have the mold. So
you gotta make a mold.
You're not making headlights with a vacuum sealer without a mold. So that's a problem. Yeah. So now you need to know CAD, and you got to print it, and it's a multi-process thing.
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Okay. I'm going to show you why I got started on this.
There's other ways to do that.
Okay.
So you can use a wooden dowel rod and hand sand it to the headlight shape.
What are we doing? Making something out of wood? Or who are you, Blake? Wood. What are we doing? Where are we talking? Like Blake style here?
You're making a buck. You're making a negative. So whatever you're going to vacuum form. If you're making a headlight and you want a domed headlight, right? I assume. Yep. And you want it to be, how many millimeters in diameter? What's reasonable? 10? 15?
Ballpark? Yeah. Ballpark.
Let's see. Yeah, between 17 millimeters. Okay. So you would go buy a dowel rod, that diameter, and just shape the top of it, the end of it with sandpaper, 80 grit. Sorry. And make a dome. But you're going to make a stick. Then you're going to cut it off so it's only about yay tall. And that's your buck. And you basically just glue that to a board and vacuum form. You got one headlight. But if you do 20 of them, fill the card so you can still cut them out, you get them bang for the buck, right? And that's your buck that you just keep putting in the machine and you keep doing it.
I could make a lightweight crawling course. Are you sneezing? Hacking? Dying? Should we dial 911? Are you alright? Oh my. Alright, stand down. He must have paused it. He must have muted his mic.
I'm muted. I'm coughing.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why are we not hearing this?
Oh, so what are you using it for?
Theory, spitballing. Not sure if it would work. Lightweight.
Could you try again?
Lightweight, scale, micro crawling course. I could take rocks, put them in the vacuum sealer, scale this down, and I would get the form of a rock, a mold of a rock, and you could put a couple of them together, and you could start to build something, right? I mean, that's the outside shape of a rock, right? The texture would be slippery as hell. It's not going to climb up. You would have to texture it. I know there's something to it. It was just a thought. Then I saw this. It's not there. A carry-all backpack. We had the ones that Robert Pezzett did as a 3D model. I was like, oh, shoot. I could set that down with a truck on top, vacuum seal around it. You've got a backpack with a truck on top. That's a shit ton of paint work that needs to be done on the outside of a piece of plastic. So I'm like, that's not going to work.
And that's, you lose a lot of detail. You're not going to have a lot of detail when you vacuum.
A lot of detail. The only reason you would ever do this would be for a comp truck. If you were weight conscious, that would be the only reason why you'd want to do it this way. Yeah. That being said, what this got started was Flub. Our friend over at Flub RC makes a crap ton of bodies. When you get one of his builder's kits with his 3D printed bodies, they come without windows, no glass, no driver's side, front side. He gives you suggestions on ways to tackle that, and I just had gotten thinking, son of a gun, I bet you there's a way of using a vacuum sealer, and we could start. He's got the CAD ability to design the mold. I need to reach out to him and find out why the hell we're not working with a vacuum sealer and making these molds for him. But I probably, because you can go on Amazon and freaking buy like these decked out things for a fraction of the goddamn cost of what Flub is selling them for.
Yeah.
And they're coming completely decked out, and I bet you that's why he's not putting as much attention into those bodies. The only thing that can make it exclusive with him is if he keeps evolving ahead of them with new body designs. That's the thing that's going to push Flub along, is keep getting ahead of China.
Like the scale fuel tanks for the Chevy, these fit absolutely perfect in the RC four-wheel drive Silverado.
Yep.
That's how good the scale is on this. And it's a two-piece vacuum formed.
Yep.
Nobody will buy them. Nobody will buy them. It's for whatever reason, it's so strange to them that you can vacuum form a piece of styrene.
Yep.
And actually put your electronics in it.
Yeah.
You know, you can open it. And for whatever reason, nobody wants them. And I have the molds.
Wow.
So, I mean, I could pull them.
Yep.
The only thing is that the vacuum former that you're talking about is made for dental appliances.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Literally.
It's just that size.
Yep.
To get
literally
the vacuum
what it is.
To get the vacuum former for this size, because it is 5 1/4 inches long, I need an 8-inch bed to vacuum form these two halves on a table. It's almost $1,000.
Wow.
For the vacuum former.
Well, then you do what Wes did, and you build your own at that point. That's how he.
Wes still has a couple $100 into his.
After he,
you know, just with everything, and he has the skill. I don't have the skill to hand make a vacuum form table. I would buy one of the old ones.
Well, he had the skills to pull all that off. Plus, he also had the skills, like if you were doing a TF2 and you wanted the inner door panels, he had the skills to over-exaggerate that mold. Because the mold looks a little silly. Everything's over-exaggerated a little bit. That mold you wouldn't use as the piece. The door handle, everything about it's accented a little bit to get the detail right on the vacuum former. So, look,
that's what
you're
we did
looking at a $70 investment. I need to see if there's enough room if there's enough places to play with this thing.
Hey, I will never tell you not to get something and try and use it. Like, it's a new tool. Like,
it's a skill, everything about it. So we have a guy coming on the Rad Show as our guest in the month of January. Let me pull him up here. This is where this whole thing got started. On Instagram, it is called Curve Lab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up StreamYard here. I'm going to share this page. I want you to see this cat. You are going to fall in love with this guy, Jeremy. Share screen. You are going to love this guy. Boom. There we go. You should be able to see that. And now I'm going to click over to here. So let's just take a look at this. This is what he designed with his own ability. He designed this truck from scratch. It took him a little over a year. It's a 1/8 scale truck. Are you seeing me scroll through these pictures, Jeremy?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to go through real fast just to show you the pictures of what he did. And then on the next one, I'm going to show you, let's see here. Boom, close here. Boom. And this is, watch this little video. So he's got a bamboo. He's a bamboo guy like yourself. So what he's doing here, Jeremy, is making the mold. This is the mold for a headlamp. And you're going to appreciate this. So once he gets it, I mean, everything's got to be perfect. Heat, temperature paint, primed with heat, temperature paint, 2 coats. It's genius. This is what's going to release the styrene once you shrink it around. And this is the vacuum former, the dental one.
That's the dental appliance.
Yep. So watch. Boom. Pulls it out. Bingo.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he's got a shit ton of CAD experience, and he could make that mold. You can make that mold. Well, Jeremy, what he did was he designed this truck from scratch. So he's coming on the Rad Show in the month of January to talk to us about how he did it, what got him here, why he started doing it. But go to Curve Lab and check him out.
Yeah.
It's big. It's a full 8-scale truck.
So he's using the element.
Apart now. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but he makes his own chassis. Like I don't understand.
Oh, he's using it. He's using his reference to scale it up.
Okay. See, this is a new video I hadn't seen before. But you can just see this why it took him a year and a half. There's a lot going on in here. Bravo. So I don't know if he's a true RC guy, period. Like, I'm anxious. There's a million questions we have for him. I'm excited that he'll come on
there's,
and talk.
It's printers. One thing. And I know that Tony and Harley have both done this where they vacuum mold parts off of a 3D print. But this guy's making a whole truck.
Correct.
So it's a bit different. So he's printing most of the truck. So he's making it. So it's kind of like my big 8 scale over here, my artifact truck. So it's in that league. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can watch that.
Curve Lab.
Curve Lab.
Good stuff. Bravo. But that most of it's all printed, 100%. Like CAD design printed out, but the vacuum
but
form,
the lenses and the glasses, like that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, but again, the thing that's scaring me is that mold, what you're vacuuming around. Yeah, that's the hurdle.
Yeah. And honestly, I haven't tried printing in clear filament yet. I have it. I just haven't done it yet.
Not even with the Knights lights? Not even with the roll bar, the KC headlight? You didn't even try clear on that?
I haven't. I have a spool of clear PETG.
Okay.
And I need to... Basically, the reason that I haven't is I didn't have a need to open the roll. So it's still sealed. And until I had enough reason to open the roll, I didn't really want to open the roll.
Because it's going to get moisture, and once you crack it open, it's exposed to the element. Is that the fear?
Yeah, and I can still seal it. Like I can reseal it with a dry pack.
In a bag.
But
yep.
It's at that time that I got it, I didn't have that ability, so I just never really opened it. But now I have
you could purchase a smaller kilogram, like a smaller roll of it if you're not going to be using it all the time.
I mean, now I have 3 beds of objects to print in clear, so now is probably a good time to just go ahead and do it, especially with this project going on. Because I do need to do headlights, I do need to do turn signals, brake lights, and I have red already, red translucent, so I can do the brake lights in red. The rest I can tint, but yeah, I'll have to give that a try.
Yeah. We need to catch up. Yeah, there's our boy Sam from Crawler Tracks. Happy New Year to you,
Yeah.
Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So good stuff. I've got, like I said, I've got this thing that I started. Dude, this
thing's pretty cool.
So the only disappointment, my downfall was.
Is that hollow? Is it fully hollow?
It's 15% infill. It's not hollow. There's an infill. It's 15% infill.
I was just wondering if you could sand fill it to give it weight.
Really weight it?
Kind of plant it. I mean, the wind blows. Just wondering.
Yeah. You're going to have to find a way to anchor it to the ground, I guess. I don't know if you're going to be able to leave it out all year round. He might have to bring them in and out.
Heidi's watching. She chimed in. This is probably the first time she's ever watched this show. Yeah. I don't know why she's up at 9:30. Is it past your bedtime? I don't know.
It's my sister's birthday, so there's about 30 people over at my sister's house right now, all laughing their asses off with this on the big screen TV.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm like, I gotta bolt. I gotta go do a show. Like, we'll turn it on to YouTube so we can make fun of you tomorrow. Yeah. So. All that being said, we've been making stuff, we've been doing stuff. It's been a great time with the printer. Printers never fail. Printers always bring joy. That is for sure.
They do. It's making the hobby a little bit easier. Just like this particular project that I'm doing with Scale Builders Guild, if this was a scratch build on straight styrene.
How many people are doing it? How many are you in there with now? About 4 or 5 or more?
There's probably about 20 of us in the Discord.
Oh, it grew. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Okay.
Again, it's accessible. And the people are very helpful. Oh, I did want to tell you this. The Ahead RC that designed this, so he hadn't previously followed through on making the interior pan. So a few people were like, hey, we would really like an interior.
Was that exposed? If you looked from underneath, you were going to see up inside it.
Yeah, it would have been open.
Not good for
but with a dash. The dash was done, just not the the pan itself. So
you want that closed.
Matt reached out to him and said, hey, the guys would really like to see the interior pan.
Yep.
And he didn't hear anything back from him for a couple days. And another gentleman started CAD designing one.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, we got noticed that hey, go reload your files that you downloaded.
He updated it,
and he made it inside of 3 days. Like, he finished his CAD design inside of 3 days for the interior pan. Like,
nice.
Like, that's pretty cool.
Do you know who this guy is by any chance? Is he from the United States? Do you have any idea? I feel like he's not. I just have a gut feeling he's not U.S.
I don't know where he's from. I didn't really look into it too much. Right. I would say he's from the States.
A message. I would love to have him come on here and shoot the shit with us. I'll shoot him a message.
But it's that's pretty cool that somebody's that in tune with what.
So he almost got the message from Matt without responding to Matt. Just jumped on it right away.
Just jumped on it and knocked it out. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's very well
hearing from the guy. He's not responding. Meanwhile, he's knocking it out.
Yeah, he's doing the work, and it's well integrated. The body mounts are integrated into it. The front floor pan locks in with the door hinge bolts. Like, it's well thought out, and it adds a ton of rigidity to it.
Before that, let's go back before the pan. What was the solution for a person to styrene and mod their own pan?
Yep.
Right. And that's always my hang up with biting the bullet on one of these files is how much is left for me to still do. Like,
Yeah.
is it not going to bolt on? Am I having to reinvent the wheel to get this
Mhm.
thing to bolt? And when it's all done, there's no inner fenders, and there's,
Yeah. And it's
So this
like,
seems like it's giving you everything from start
yeah,
to finish.
there's a
Short
few
of a
things
driver.
like you said, like the inner fenders to the
Yep.
chassis should need to be done, but
But
the inner fenders for the rear wheel wells, those are
yep.
molded into the fender. You just got to complete it to the frame if that's your jam.
I did see that he offered 2 different driver seats for the cab.
Yeah.
So
So you have,
depending on what size figure you're using, it can
well,
have a
you have, yeah,
lower seat.
He did curves and flats. So if you're not using a driver figure, you can just do a flat seat. If you're doing a driver figure, you can see the curve in it.
To fit
So
your
you can,
figure.
yeah, to fit it in there.
Now we
So
need
I did a
James
set of
Knight to
flats.
come along and design a guy specifically for this truck.
So it's funny that you say that.
Ha ha ha!
Because there's a, I don't have one out here, or maybe I do. I do. So I have a Haley body figure that
Ooh, she's curvy. She's curved.
she's curvy. That happens to fit in that seat.
Look at that curve. Unbelievable. Wow.
So
okay.
I'm just saying, the CJ7 driver figure from Knights
is right there.
Is pretty dang close.
Somebody's using a ruler.
So if
they got the scale right,
I loosely put
FMS.
If I loosely put the seat in and put her in her
Bingo.
body, look at that.
Wow,
that's pretty close.
That's pretty darn close.
Pretty darn close.
Wow.
Then really shake it up and put Reef's head on the. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, CJ7 driver is a pretty close match for doing that.
You know, I did snag another file off of Colts 3D, an Airstream trailer. Pull behind Airstream style.
Yeah,
like if you could get a cool silvery filament and give it that stainless shiny look, but the file comes with everything open, so you get the dollhouse inside of the trailer. The cabinets, the pull down bed, the dining area, the entire package is there. You're getting the whole outside, not just like a dumb shell. It's the inside of it too.
Wow.
So, dude, I know the last thing you need to do is print any more stuff, but
yeah, I don't need any more stuff.
There's just so much crap to print.
I've seen these.
Now I'm not going to bed tonight until I print those wedges, those sand blocks. Like that is happening.
Yeah. And they're quick. You can do them all on one sheet. It's the screw, the little thumb screws are on the bed with them, and the number plates and the wedges are. You can do them all on one plate.
Are they coming in different sizes too, or are they different?
You can
widths,
you can resize them.
You size it yourself.
Yeah, this is Jesus.
You scale it.
This is the size that it comes in, but
okay.
Like the little screws with the threads.
Oh shoot! You're printing little screws.
Yeah, that's what holds it together. They're little threaded nubs.
So the only thing you're left doing is cutting up sandpaper.
Yeah.
Wow, love it. Love it.
Yeah, and they screw in pretty decently. I would like the thumb screw to be a little prouder than flush, but you know, if you're not changing them that often, it's not a big deal. But yeah, a little sandpaper. It's nice because you can sand on this top, like you can turn it and really put your finger on there. You get the nice cut edge on the front. You get a round edge on the back. It's pretty decent.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yep.
Any
and it was
scale
only like an
mail
hour.
or final thoughts here, Jeremy? We scrolled into an hour and a half.
Hey, Matt.
What do you got? Good night, Heidi.
Matt's on now too. Hey, Matt.
Oh, there's Matty Cat. Happy New Year, sir.
Matt K. Matt Coker.
Matty Cat. Oh, yeah, Matt Coker. Yeah, I call. That's easy to confuse them, but I knew which Matt you meant.
A Matt is a Matt is a Matt. No, not true. Not true. Matt and I need some trail time.
Excellent.
But yeah,
he's the man to do it with. He is the once he gets, if he's not working, he's on the RC trail or driving a boat or doing something.
He might be off tomorrow. Well,
yeah,
that's right.
It's a holiday, but it's going to be cold and rainy.
It's not going to be rainy. It's just going to be chilly.
Okay.
It's in the 40s. Right. But the hangover crawl is tomorrow. I always forget.
Is it? Or is it?
Yeah, it's a local
at his spot.
It's a local thing
at
Rock State
Harford?
Park here in Maryland.
Oh, not Harford Rocks.
Not Harford.
Oh, the state park where you and I went with the FJ that time. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
No. Okay.
No, that's a different park. That's Susquehanna.
Okay.
Rock State Park is a park with rocks. No, it's just a Rock State Park. It's up in Harford County. But in Scaltra did the challenge for
10K.
The New Year's.
The 10K one?
Yeah, 10K. So might be.
I liked how they did it over like a couple
days. Yeah. Yeah, it's one that you can split up.
And if I'm not mistaken, that means you don't have to take the same truck. Correct? You could bounce.
Correct. You could bounce around. I think.
It's a cumulative.
I have to look at it.
I was hoping that you could take different trucks. That would make it convenient that you wouldn't have to take the same one out every time.
I think
and not to get people overwhelmed with 10K is that it's a cumulative over time, correct?
Yeah,
you let it build up.
Actually, I think it is when you select your challenge, you have to put a truck on it, so it has to stay that truck.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can drive whatever you want.
Not to say
drive whatever you want.
It's not going to know. It's not going to, your truck's not going to start. It's going to know. The app won't let it go.
It doesn't care. So, maybe I'll have to go out and drive some tomorrow.
Yeah, but you're not going to be hungover unless you're planning on getting crocked in the next hour
or two here. I'm going to be in bed in an hour.
So, how are you going to be hungover?
It's just what it's called. It's just an event.
Yeah, but there's going to be a bunch of guys legitimately hungover there. It's not fair. You're going to run circles around them.
For like 4 years, I ran the Tamiya, the Blazing Blazer at the hangover. I would do one trail with it during that day. But I haven't done that since the tires are so dry rotted. So can't drive it anymore. But I'll have to see what I got charged up.
Fan-freaking-tastic. So any other scale mail or thoughts before we do our giveaway here?
No, don't think so.
You got your Reefs bundle. That's fantastic. Yeah, the only thing I spoiled myself with was just like a lot of paints, and I showed you the airbrush. On a side note, we did get my son, and when I say we got my son something cool, I kind of lucked out on this. We got Metallica tickets for him for Christmas. So come this May, Jeremy, get a load of this. The Metallica concert is a 2-night show. You go Friday, off Saturday, and you go back again Sunday. Why did they do this? 2 different sets, so they are not repeating songs. 2 different shows with 2 different opening bands each night. So
it's like a twofer.
Exactly. So Friday night we're getting Limp Bizkit and Pantera will open up for Metallica Friday night, and then Sunday night
Yeah.
we'll rest up Saturday, hungover Saturday, and then go back.
Get your hearing back.
Yep, recoup and do it all over again with 2 new opening bands and
that's pretty cool.
Dope ass show. Yeah, cool. And it wasn't a horrible price. It was like $1.50 a ticket. It's not horrible for 2 shows. Like, come on.
That's not bad.
And it's a bucket list.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. So I got my green card.
Okay.
The Ace of Hearts. And I got a coin.
All right, I'm clueless. The coins. Okay. Vanquish coin. I saw the coin. What's the card doing? Yeah. What's the card about?
Card is just a collector card that says that you spent money for the trucker.
Spent green.
It's like a...
And the token's just... Tchotchke, they found a new thing to do with their toys over there to make a token. Like,
pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah,
people...
They're cool as shit.
Are going crazy
out over
for
that kind of crap.
Collecting all the colors and stuff like that.
Right. No, good.
Oh,
good. I like it.
Radioactive, he said they did the same thing in Alberta in October. And he went to both
New
shows.
Year's Day? Oh, he's talking Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica.
Yeah, I believe it. And that's how they're marketing it.
Yeah, it was my wife was pissed. Big concert was Metallica, the Black Album release in 1992.
So you've seen them once. Wow.
That was the last time I saw him.
No kidding.
1992. Yep, you're old, and so are they.
Yeah. Well, what are we talking? 4 decades easily? Easily 4 decades. Yeah. Like, when I was in junior high, like, I was afraid of the guys that listened to Metallica. Like, I was not hanging out with those Metallica guys. I was the one, like... They were the ones stomping me in the bathroom or smashing me in the locker. Like, they were the ones I was afraid of. Like, they're the demon worshipping people. Like, they, you know, I mean, like they were intimidating in the jean jackets and hanging out in Smoker's Corner. Like, Metallica has changed, became a little bit more accepted, mainstream. I wasn't as afraid of them.
Yeah,
but, you know, they've been around a long time.
We took shots so we could smoke under the welding hood.
Right.
Anyway. All right, man.
Oh shoot, dude, we got a ball dropping. We got a ball.
Yeah, we got things to do.
Down.
These other.
You're not going to see the ball drop.
No,
you're
obviously.
Have to record it. Put it on your DVR, and you can watch it tomorrow.
Actually, I have to stay up because the dogs. I have to be downstairs with the dogs
on dog duty.
Because. At midnight when the fireworks go off.
Yep.
They'll be. So I got to have stuff down here to do. So I'll probably just keep putting this body together.
I feel your pain. I've got to get in and deal with the dog because when the pots and pans and the fireworks start going.
Yep. Game on.
The dog's gonna start shaking. What the hell is happening? Yeah. Well, other than that, Matt. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everyone else. We promised you a giveaway. Jeremy, we're putting you on the spot. Make that thinking brain of yours work. What do you got up your sleeve to do something here? Let me get my pen and paper ready.
Let's see. What can we do?
It doesn't even have to be from the show. What can we do? Can it be cow related? Can it be... That's a little cheesy.
We'll just do guess numbers.
Okay. Good.
We'll do guess numbers.
So you're gonna think of a number, and in the comments,
I'm gonna write a number.
Text me the number. Text me the number. Can
text
you do that? So, text me the number you're thinking, so I can say you didn't cheat.
Why would I cheat? So
you gonna make it easy?
I sent it to you.
Okay.
So it's going to be a number between 50 and 100.
All right, you heard it there, people. A number between 50 and 100. Let me get the comments open here. Let's see what happens here. So, if you guess it right,
and we'll 50, leave it open. We'll leave it open for.
Oh, all right. They're already coming in. Let's leave it. We'll see who does it. Keep an eye on it because they're getting real close right out of the gate.
Yep.
Bobby Mack sitting right on top of it. You've got David right near it.
What are you doing?
No, I was gonna hit it. Like we don't have to be here all night.
You can't tell them they're close.
Cold, hot.
Oh my gosh!
You're hot. You're cold. Glenn Shelley's jumping in.
Glenn,
you can't play.
Glenn can play. Which prize are we giving? Which one is this for?
I thought it was a double whammy. Or are we going to do 2 games?
We're going to do 2 of them. We'll do 2
All
of them.
right. Well, then we'll go first. This is for a sling bag. Since I gave the hint, it's for a sling bag.
Sling bag. All right. Let's see.
Scrolling back up, make sure we didn't miss it anywhere. Number between 50 and 100. Let them rip.
951, we're going to close it.
All right, and then we'll have to come back to it then later. And you can start. Are you going to do a number game for your Cow RC product?
Yeah.
All right. And then I'm going to start downloading my bamboo file for my sander.
Multitasking.
I had the traditional one. It was a yellow. It was a yellow sanding block. I don't know if I got it at Walmart once or something like that, and it came, with a pad and a Velcro.
All right, there's 951. So Chad, your last one in. So.
Okay.
Closest.
Come back on it.
We'll do closest, not close.
Yep.
This isn't Price is Right.
Without
so
going
it's
over.
Closest. So what was the number, Mike?
So your number you texted me was a 7-7.
All right. So we got Bobby Mack.
Bobby Mack with the 78.
Yep.
Bingo. Bobby Mack, you got yourself a sling bag, homie.
All right.
Well deserved.
Let's do another one.
Much love. Again, we said it earlier, a week or 2 ago. Sorry for your loss, Bob, with the loss of his mom. I know it was not easy, and our hearts go out to you, Bobby. We will get you a sling bag for the start of 2025. I already have your address, Bob. All right,
so the next one.
Over. Holy crap! Is that a real number? What?
It's a real number. So this one's going to. This is for the Cow RC, the scale set. We're going to go between 8,000 and 8,100.
Oh, my head hurts.
And I am a man child. Yeah, 8,000 and 8,100. I'm a man child.
8,100. So it's
So we will run this till 9:54. So we'll do 2 minutes of guesses.
All right, Kevin Sims is letting it rip. The new number, it's a 4-digit number. 8,000 to 8,100. And that is the perfect little accent for your scale garage. I don't care how else you want to sell it. It is for your scale garage, guys. Hang on. All right, so get a load of this.
Mm-hmm.
Over at our local farmers market, we have something called the Quakertown Farmers Market. Where inside there is something called Lou's Surplus, sells all kinds of tchotchke nonsense. He was selling these little scale tires. They are Goodyear. I'm going to try and get them in the light here without. So they are lit up Goodyear tires, like little rubber tires, Goodyear mark. And the inside of them was a picture frame, so you could stick your photo of yourself inside there. Literally popped them all out. I'm not putting it on an RC car. Just a fantastic little scale garage item.
No more numbers.
No more numbers.
I like the tire though.
Right? Freaking cool. Got a bunch of them. Now, we joke about dollhouses, right? Call it your scale garage a dollhouse. Dude, everything out there is now going scale. You can get the scale brands of mini brands, Hershey syrup, Pringles, they have everything. Even Barbie got into it now. You can get for your scale garage the complete Barbie dream house, all the way down to the Barbie camper. There is literally everything for your dollhouse nowadays. You can get it all. Wow. Everything.
All right, Mike, what was our number? We're done.
We are 8008. Did I lose? Did anybody jump in on this one? Oh, there they are. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here they go. It just didn't update. You're looking for your closest. Do I have Chad? Is that right? Chad closest?
I got Kevin Sims, Facebook, 8001.
No shit. Okay.
I got Kevin Sims. Kevin Sims.
Did he order one already? Did Kevin order a cow already? A cow kit already?
I don't think so.
If he didn't, I'm super surprised he didn't.
I don't know. Kevin, you got my messenger. Shoot me a message.
Awesome. I'm glad.
If you already got one, let me know. Send you something else.
That's freaking fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. That was a fun little surprise. Bobby Mack, we got a sling bag coming to you. Happy freaking New Year. Big shout out to Addie's RC and the collaboration with Knights Customs and the Cow RC bundle pack. Something you can definitely geek out on in your scale garage. So people, keep the printers printing, keep the RCs going, and let's get into it. Like Matt said, let's make 2025 epic. That's all we can do. It's depends on us.
Make it the best. And
awesome.
Chad Harvey, if you're a subscriber on Addie's on YouTube, send me a message. I'll hook you up.
Twofer. I love it.
Good karma. I like it.
Good karma.
Good karma.
Too close to call.
Yeah.
I love it. Good karma.
All right.
Love it. All right, Jeremy. I think that's enough. Dreamer, all of you out there in La La Land, be safe. Enjoy the evening so you're not too hungover tomorrow and all that good stuff. So let me find my mouse and we can find our way out of here. We got some good things coming up in the month of January. We'll start out with our boy from Curve Lab and understand what it means to build a truck from scratch, literally.
Yep.
Jeremy, you thought you were flexing with a body? This cat's going to come in here and put you in your place.
Somebody's got to design it and somebody's got to make it.
I'm hoping he puts these files out there for us to replicate.
Cool.
I'd print the shit out of this thing. I would do it.
Yeah. A lot of work.
Yeah, not kidding. All right, let's fade this out. We're going to fade to black. I'm holding this pose and it didn't close. What the hell? And there it goes. Oh, 2-button button. It's a 2-button thing.